I am super happy to present the Freak Folk of Mangrovia today on the Heavy Underground Farm Report. This is Sean, and I have Luca joining me. Hey, Luca, how are you doing today, buddy?
Hi, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good, thank you.
Man,
Thank you for having
it's
me, Sean.
I am honored to have you. Luca is in Croatia. What city in Croatia?
I'm in Rijeka.
Excellent, excellent.
No
Hey,
problem.
man, your band, the Freak Folk of Mangrovia, released an album last year, Tales from Beyond the Firmament. I have the CD here. I'm holding it up right now. I have the album too. So, man, this album was pretty life changing for me, and I'll talk about that a little later. But it had to be pretty life changing for you too. How have things changed in your life since you released this album?
Since we released it, I don't think it has changed that much. I mean, it's a great album. We are very proud that we recorded it, and we're very satisfied how it turned out. But I don't think it has been anything life changing. I think things that happened in my life between our last album and this album, those were some life-changing events. But after the album was released, nothing major happened in my life.
Okay. Well, so do you want to talk about the things that happened before this album? Did they inspire this album for you?
Um, Not necessarily inspired. I wasn't um I wasn't living the healthiest life um till for for um for some time, for I don't know, for a few years. I've been kind of in not doing the best. Let's just put it like that.
Okay, sure.
It's mostly like mentally and stuff like that. But at some point, well, just before COVID started, I found a better job. I cleaned up my act a bit. I started being quite physically active. I went back to rock climbing, which was I used to do that back in 2010 and was really into it and loved it a lot, but then stopped because of other like life circumstances and stopped. Then uh, just before COVID, I got uh, back into it, and that was pretty life changing. And I don't know, just
So,
finding new people for the band, that was kind of a big deal. I don't know, stuff like that. Everything was very inspiring in some way.
so Luca, do you think? I mean, rock climbing is obviously a very physically intense sport that requires tremendous concentration. I mean, just not beyond just the physical skills. Do you think that cleared your mind and perhaps gave you a desire to do something creative in music again?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Just rock climbing and just living a much more healthier life and taking care of myself. My brain just started working constantly at 100%. Where at times it can be a bit I, um, I don't know what, like taxing or some, or
Okay,
not sure
sure.
but I yeah, definitely it definitely helped. And just my playing of the guitar, just I mean when I started living healthier, it just became much better than it used to be. I'm
So, do
much
you
more
think
focused, and the ideas are just, I'm constantly full of some new ideas. Yeah.
your ideas? I that's all fascinating to me. I have some more interesting. I'm interested in the rock climbing aspect. I don't do that, but I'm fascinated by people who do. So you're a guitar player, and so do you think the combination of playing guitar and rock climbing like gives you a physical advantage playing the guitar? Your hands must be.
I don't think so. No, I actually lacked uh, the fine um, the fine movement in the fingers that you have to have for guitar playing. With rock climbing, it doesn't go together too good.
Okay.
But I kind of find a way around it by tuning low and using thick strings and just playing quite simple heavy riffs, focusing on my right hand, focusing on the rhythm, and that's how I kind of go around it. But ask me to play a solo, and I'm an absolute shit at it.
I'm sure you're being hard on yourself, but what's the name of the guitar player who is ripping those strings?
Evo, he
Evo is the guitar player.
Yeah, unfortunately, he left us recently, so we are currently looking for someone new. But yeah, he played all the shows with us in last couple of years, and he recorded the album, all of the ripping solos and the nice melodies on the album. That was all like his stuff. So yeah, we're kind of sad that he left, but people have different priorities in life.
Certainly, I best of luck to him. His contributions to your album are fantastic, and so Luca, let me tell you, I didn't do YouTube videos or write reviews until Igor Lukina sent me a copy of your album, and I was sitting in a doctor's office. My girlfriend had an appointment. I had hours to kill, and I had just heard your album, and I thought, I know this isn't released yet, but it'd be fun to just write a little review about it. And so I wrote a review about your album, and I never really had done that before. And the next day, Steve Howe contacted me from Outlaws of the Sun and asked if I would like to write for his blog. It was crazy. And so after that, I started writing reviews and then started my YouTube channel. So, man, your album like changed my whole life completely. So, I know you said it did make a massive change in your life, but your album, it was a massive life change for me. You guys, you like, I'm gonna hold up your album, and I have the hype sticker from your album, and it's from Outlaws of the Sun, and it's my quote from my review about your album, and I was so honored that you did that. And I know this interview is not about me, but it's about you. But I thought it was important to tell you that story and
I
how.
mean, thank you. It's very, very flattering. And I mean, I think I think that's the biggest thing someone can say about your music. Like that it has impacted someone's life in such a big manner. And I'm very, very glad.
Me too, man. I will always be grateful to you and your band for what you've done for me. I appreciate you making the music that you make. It's so I just wanted to say that, man. The critical acclaim for your album, that you guys were on the Doom charts and you had super positive reviews. How did that make you feel?
I mean, that was great. Yeah, all the reviews that we've seen were like really positive. So I mean, yeah, it's great. It was
Luca,
yeah,
does that inspire you to go back into the studio and keep doing what you're doing?
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. It's a huge this positive reinforcement. Yeah,
Hey, man, let me ask you a couple things. Let's go back into your past a little bit.
sure.
What what drew you into being a rock musician? Do you listen to a lot of rock music, or is it just how you express yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I've always listened to a lot of rock music since I was like a kid. I would sing to like my dad. He didn't have a lot of vinyl records, but he did have a lot of cassettes. And music was like always playing in our apartment, and I would just sing to those. A lot of it was old. He loved Janis Joplin. He loved Led Zeppelin, and specifically, he had a cassette of the album "In Through the Outdoor." I love that album. I
All
think
right,
it's
Luca. You know the first single I ever remember buying was I think it's like "Fool in the Rain" from In Through the Outdoor.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's cool, man. I
It's
bet I,
such an
I love hanging
underrated
out with your
album.
dad. Your dad sounds like an awesome guy.
Yeah, and he would listen to a lot of Yugoslavian rock bands from the 70s and 80s. When I was a kid, I would sing that style. I would pretend that I'm on stage and that I'm singing. And I don't know. Then I was like listening to music. So I don't know. At some point, I discovered progressive rock and psychedelic rock, and also discovered a lot of punk and crust punk, death metal. So my first band was like a crust band where I did vocals and didn't know how to play the guitar at all. I just screamed. And actually,
Right.
Lena, who is the drummer in Freak Folk of Mangrovia, that was our first band, that crust punk band. And after that, just like I was in several different bands and always kind of playing a slightly different type of music, from prog rock to now to psychedelic rock. We had a sludge band, so everything.
Those influences definitely come through on your album. Who was like the one band that you were like, man, I'm like a big like who's on the back of your battle jacket, so to speak?
I don't know, probably Neurosis and Pink Floyd.
Man, what a great choice. That's I love that stuff too, man. It's definitely influenced my life. Tell me, Luca, like you live in Croatia and I live in the United States and honestly, I don't really know a lot about your country, so my apologies there, but what's your rock scene like in Croatia?
You mean the like the underground stuff?
Yeah, like do you guys
I don't.
play live in places? Do you have play clubs that you can go play in?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean the scene, especially in the last 3, 4 years, has been like blooming. There's a
Oh,
Zagreb, our capital, I think they have a huge scene. They have a bunch of great bands. Rijeka also has a lot of great bands, although like this type of stoner psychedelic sound isn't as popular here. But we have a bunch of like different metal bands, heavy metal, thrash metal, death metal, all kinds of metal. Like Rijeka loves its metal. Also, a lot of punk bands. So yeah, I think the Pula has where the other half, or now just Dina, our bassist, and Ivo also, they are both from Pula. So Pula
okay.
also has a great scene. Yeah, so I think the scene in Croatia is currently alive and
Sounds
well.
exciting.
And yeah, and especially since the Bearstone Festival started here, which is a psychedelic stoner doom festival that started, I think this is the fourth year this year.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's becoming like a big festival. Last year it was High on Fire, Color
Shit.
Haze. This year is King
Wait, you said
Buffalo.
High on Fire and Color Haze? Oh my
Yeah, yeah.
damn. All right. Yeah, that's a big festival. Okay.
Yeah, it's not big. It's like I think around maybe 2,000 people at most.
Okay, Luca, let me just tell you right now. There's not festivals in the United States that are drawing 2,000 people. That's awesome. That is so cool. All right, go on. I'm sorry. That's
S-
amazing to me.
um,
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I will for sure. Do you know about this? I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
Okay. The man, JJ's the man. Yeah, I'll definitely be reading up on that. No, that man, I gotta get out there.
you definitely should. I don't know. We'll figure something out. We'll get you here, dude.
Hell
Like you
yeah,
have
man.
to come here. And Igor is coming. He came last year, and Igor Lukina came last year. I
Oh
think
my
the
God,
year
that'd be a
before that.
dream trip. That'd be a dream trip for
Yeah,
sure.
just plan your vacation, man. We gotta get you to Croatia.
We'll see what we can do. Wow. So, man, that's super exciting. You know what?
So yeah, that festival really, like, I think the scene like skyrocketed after this festival became a thing.
Are younger kids showing up for heavy rock festivals, or is it mostly older people?
Yeah, there's a bunch of young kids. Yeah,
Hey, bud. So tell me, are you guys gonna do some new music? Are you thinking about recording stuff? Are you recording stuff
we have one new song around 90% done,
now? Okay.
just not recorded but written. And
Exciting.
it's, I don't know how long it is, but it's quite long. And
Well, it should be.
I hope we will record that sometime either by the end of this year or start of the next year, and hopefully start writing some new stuff and find someone to jump in on the guitar and write some new stuff. Yeah.
Right on. Right on. Well, could we just talk about the members of your band really quick? I know, Luca, we know you're a guitar player and you do some synthesizer work, but who else? I know Ego's left. Who else is in the band? And could you give them a shout out and tell them about their contributions to your band?
For sure. So, drummer is Lena Crnkovic. On the bass is Dina Ivas, and until recently, Ivo was on guitar. And at the moment, it's just the three of us.
And you guys had some guest vocalists on your album that were
Yeah, we had Vedran who plays with Dina in her other band, My Pitbull Lucifer. He's a vocalist there, so he did the vocals on two of the songs. And Vlado, who drew the cover artwork, he did the solo on at the end of the last song.
That's awesome, man. Hey, like I said, bud, I absolutely adore this album. It's fantastic. I posted that we were going to do this interview today, and I know some new people checked it out. So, man, if you haven't heard the Freak Folk of Mangrovia, you really need to jump on that. It's available on Bandcamp. Tell me, bud, I had a couple more questions for you. Hang on, though. I lost my place on my notes here. Well, yeah, I wanted to ask you, do you guys have some live shows coming up? Are you planning to play some live shows? Or are you going to wait until you find another guitar?
Yeah, we'll have to wait till we find someone. We do have some ideas and some plans where we kind of want to do shows later this year, but we definitely have to find someone to fill in for Evo because like it just wouldn't be it without the other guitar, and I can't really play those parts.
No, but you know what? I think it's totally understandable. But I can't imagine that there are not rock guitarists in Croatia who wouldn't love to be in your band. You guys are tremendous. Hey, man, Luca, do you want to give anybody, a shout out, or is there a subject you'd like to talk about that we haven't talked about yet?
I guess shout out to everyone who supported us and liked our bought our album or just listened to our album or recommended our album or shared our album, anything. Like shout out to anyone who came to our concerts. Definitely shout out to those people.
Your record label, No Profit, has been really. It seems like a really good deal.
Yeah, they're great.
Cool. Hey, Luca, I can't thank you. Honestly, man, I'm still blown away that we're getting a chance to talk. Thank you so much for doing the show, bud.
No problem. Thank you.
Hey, you guys, I'm going to hold up the album one more time. It's the Freak Folk of Mangrovia. The album is Tales from Beyond the Firmament. It's just beautiful. You have to check it out. We'll put some links on my Facebook page or the YouTube channel for the album on Bandcamp. Luca, once again, thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so S. Patrick Brooks with a Heavy Underground Farm Report. Thanks, Luca.
Yeah!